Hey guys, it's Carl Brown from guitarlessons365.com. Today we're going to learn how to play Just What I Needed by the Cars. So we're going to do a note for note here. We're going to do the whole song except for the little kind of overlay guitar fills that are going on over some of the verses. Of course, kind of goes on. We're going to do the main guitar solo. We're going to concentrate, besides the main guitar solo, we're going to concentrate on the just the guitar riffs. All right, so let's start here with this intro, which might be a little bit hard for you to count, but the easy way of looking at it is just pretty much all straight eighth notes and just a count of four, just 4 beats. So we have this 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, all right? So you're gonna follow just all downstrokes here. You're gonna have this E major chord up here. Now, I use my little finger for barring a lot, but you can just do it with your third finger. Across the 9th fret on the B, G, and the D, and then holding the 7th fret here on the A string. So what you're going to do first for 4 times is do all the way through 1 and 2 and 3 and. So 6 eighth notes there. And on the 4, just going to hit the chord once. And that's going to last, it's going to cut off, but the timing is going to last the entire 4th beat. So go 1 and 2 and 3 and. Then it just starts that over and repeats that. So you do it 4 times total. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now the next 4 times you just in that 4 and you hit you continue the eighth notes just straight through, except on the 4th beat, the 4th and the and of the 4, you hit that chord on it. So it goes 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. All together. All right, then we get to the verse. The verse sounds like this. All right, so we're basically just doing the power chord here to start here at the 7th fret where we just came from. 7th fret on the A, 9th on the D. Over to the 6th string. Then up to the 9th fret, then the 4th. And then instead of coming back to here, he just does that chord at the 12th fret. And then the same 3 chords after that. All right, then we get to pretty much what is the pre-chorus, but they don't go to the chorus here. But they treat it, the rest of the song as a pre-chorus with a slight variation. But you go up to this chord. Alright, so that's that power chord up here at the 12th fret. And you're adding the 6th on top. So at the 14th fret, you go to the 16 on the A, then back to the 14, and back to the 16. Same thing here at the 7th fret. Then go up to the 9th fret, but the note you're coming down on now is just 1 fret up here on that 5th string from the 11 to 12. Then you hold this kind of full major chord here at the A flat major chord. All right, then we're gonna finish this part with, you're gonna start with an E, it's just an E major chord here, and then you're gonna play this, make it a sus4 by placing the little finger at the 2nd fret on the G string. So you release that down to a regular E major, and then you do the same thing here off this B major chord. You do a B major chord off the 2nd fret on the A string, barring the 4th fret across the B, G, and the D. And you're going to put your little finger at the 5th fret on the B string first. Same rhythm as before. Then we go back to the A flat major. And all the way up 1 fret to A major. All right, so all together. All right, now we get to another version of the pre-chorus. This is how they're going to play it the rest of the song. The only difference for what we just played is the very first chord, pretty much, except that you're kind of changing the rhythm slightly. So you're doing that, instead of that chord here, there, you're doing it back here at the 7th fret again, off the A string. You're gonna go borrow the 9 at the G and the D, and you're gonna do a borrow with your little finger across the 11 on the D and the G. And now do the same thing here at the 7th fret down the 6th string, but you don't do any bars. The same thing. All right, so out of that part though, you're gonna play through the rhythm twice. So that first time you heard it, they just repeated, they skipped that little ending, repeated that for those 4 chords twice, and put that little fill at the end of it, and that takes you back into the verse again. So we're sliding into the 9th fret on the G, then hitting the 9th fret on the high E, then sliding into the 8, and hitting the 7 on the high E string, and then sliding into 6, and hitting the 5. I like to hybrid pick that, just pick on the lowest note, middle finger on the top note. All right, then we're back to the verse again, and he's doing a slight variation here in the verse too. He hits the chord like the first major chord we did in the intro, then a full major bar chord here, the 7th fret. So he's hitting the full chords now, then come up to the 9th fret bar chord here, minor, then the 4th fret, 4th at the major chord there. So we have this. So a couple times here, then the pre-chorus. All right, so we finally made it to the chorus, and it sounds like this. Once again, this is just pretty much power chords. All right, so it's a power chord here at the 7th fret of the A string, down to the 2nd, then the open A power chord, then the 4th fret, and then the 2nd fret. Hit that twice. Then again. This time just hit that 4th fret chord and just hold it. So we have this all together. Repeat it. All right, so out of that first chorus, we have the guitar solo. Let me play through the solo for you real quick, and then we'll take a look at it. Here we go. All right, so we have some bends here starting at this first phrase. All right, so bending here a few times at the 7th fret on the B string. So there's a whole set bends, and the last one you're just going to release it to the 5th fret here, and then a whole set bend at the 6th fret on the G. Release down to 6. Whole set bend again. Bring it back down, and then just do a quick little. You're hammering now from 5th fret there on the G string to the 6th. Pull back off the 5th. Next phrase. So we're sliding from 4 to 6 on the G. I'm sorry, the D string. Just slide into the 6, and then hit the 4th fret twice on the G. So you hit that 4 twice, then slide to 6 on the G, to 5th fret on the B, slide to 8 on the G, down to 7 on the B twice, to 9 on the G. Alright, then the whole step bend at the 7th fret on the high E string. Release it, 5, and then a whole step bend again. So we have this all together so far. Alright, now we're going to play some whole step bend there at the 7th fret, then 7 a couple times, slide up to 9, then 7 whole step bend at the B string, then pick it normal, then 5. Whole step bend at the 6th fret on the G, to 5th, then a whole step bend at the 6th fret on the high E string. Alright, so we have that all together is, so we have, alright, so now we're going to go to the 7th fret on the B string. Do the whole step bend, and as you do that bend, grab the 7th fret on the high E. Do it a couple times, then hit 7, 5, and you have this last section. Alright, so you're sliding. Once again, I like to hybrid pick it, but you can just downstroke. You can use your pick on both notes if you want. Sliding into the 9 on the G to the 9 on the high E. Same thing, 2 frets higher. Then slide to the 13 and then 12 on the high E. Then slide into the 14th fret, 14 on the high E, same thing, 1 fret up, and 1 more fret. So you're gonna, there's 14, 15, 16 at the end. Alright, so that's it for the solo, and then we'll take out at the very end of the song. I mean, it goes back into the chorus and all that good stuff. At the very end of the song, we have a slight difference in the rhythm, and it sounds like this. And they also open that up and just let them ring more. So that's just the low E open power chord. So the power chord is the 2nd fret off the A. Up 2 frets to the 4th. And then over to the 4th fret on the low E string. Do the same chords again, except at the end, the last chord is going to be at the 5th fret on the low E string. So we just have that. Pretty much close the song out with this. And then as you do this riff at the very end, as he's coming out of this one, so after you're coming out like basically halfway through the riff, they just go the open A, 2nd fret power chord, 4th fret power chord off the A string. Alright, so that's about it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you again soon for guitarlessons365.com. Bye-bye.